Hello and happy Sunday night. Oh my gosh. So I have to come clean. I've been a little naughty this weekend. I may have driven around to a few Targets this weekend to find some of the really cool things that I'm seeing in some of the groups that I'm in. My Target has been stingy in their switching over to the new fall stuff. So I had to go in search of some that had it. So I went on a little adventure this weekend, and I was driving by all of the ones that I was driving by anyway. I did not go out of my way. They were on the highway and I was driving by them. So I felt it was okay to stop at all of them. Because truly, mine has like one of the items that I found. The rest of them, and there's still more coming. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I am making Maria. I am your Chalk Couture independent designer. And I am obsessed with all things Chalk Couture because it is ridiculously easy to create on. You can create on pretty much any surface that available, unless it's super, super textured. But pretty much anything you can create beautiful DIY home decor on. And I happen to be in love with two things. Not only Chalk Couture, but also Target Bullseye playground section. Because they have a lot of very nice, very inexpensive surfaces that are really easy to create on. So all of the things that I have purchased are, in my mind, I will create a Chalk Couture sentiment or design on. So that's what I'm doing tonight, is I'm showing you, okay, so it was a 2-hour car ride, and I stopped at 3 Targets. I didn't think that was too bad. You can find these things online. I have learned that you can find them online, but when you first go online, it appears like they're not there. But there is a button on the right-hand side that you have to click where it says show out of stock. And then you can see either all the things that are coming or the things that are out of stock. And when they're out of stock, you can click on the little button that says notify me when back in stock. Now I'll tell you, when you click that notify me when back in stock button, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're that easy. You get this random email, and by the time you click on the email, they're already sold out again, often. So that can be very frustrating. But if you want to see what's coming to the local Targets, that's how you do it. Is you go to the Bullseye Playground category on the Target website, and you click the show me items out of stock if you want to see everything. So I'm going to show you some of the fun ones. I'm going to talk about some of the transfers that I think will work really well on them, because there's a lot. Fall is a great time for chalking because lots of surfaces become available. People are getting ready for the holidays. There's lots of reasons to be creating. You can be creating for, holiday decor. You can be creating for gifts. You can be, there's just all kinds of reasons. You can just be creating for fun because you enjoy it too. So, with no further ado, let's see some of the fun things that I found. Now, I am in the process of trying to get my craft room under control because it's a little out of control. As I showed you the other evening, if you're a regular viewer, you got to see it in full living Technicolor. So I'm like, this is perfect timing for me. So I've been using these little clear jars. They come in a set of 4 for $5, and the little minis are a great example of a transfer that fits very nicely in here. And with back to school, the back to school minis would be adorable on these with little gifts in them for teachers for the first day of school. So these I think are a really, really nice option. They're, $5 for 4 of them. That's a pretty good deal. Then they go up a size, and you get 2 of them for $5. What I'm learning is I need to store my stuff in glass, because when I can't, even if it's labeled, because I labeled, I did a really good job with my Cricut. You know how your Cricut can write with a pen? I created all these labels on all these, and it just never seems to work for me. I need to be able to see them. So I'm going to try glass. So this is the medium size. Actually, I think this is the mini size. This is the small size. And then there is a bigger size which we actually created on already. Hang on, I can see it in front of me. I didn't grab it over here. So there's 3 sizes of these jars. And all 3 of these jars are just, this is the bigger one. So there's 3 sizes. I'm trying to go by size, but it's not really working. 4 of them, 2 of them, 1 of them. They're all $5, but they're a very nice way to store stuff, and they're really cute to create on. And there's all kinds of transfers. Like an A-size transfer would be super cute on this. The minis would be adorable on here. You could do a mini. You could do parts of a transfer. The trio transfers where it's 3 words. There's just some nice options for these guys. On top of, they're going to create a fantastic storage solution because you can see through them. So that's those guys. Then, okay, this one has nothing to do with chalk. Anybody obsessed with fondue? I'm kind of obsessed with fondue, and I don't know why. Look at these adorable fondue makers. These are $5. It's a fondue set. It has 1 pot, 1 holder, and 2 fondue forks. So it's got the little forky guys. Well, here, we'll take them out. You could chalk on him. I'm not going to chalk on him because I'm going to chalk on the platter that I put him on. But I think, you know, especially given the COVID situation, it's a nice, like, little individual crock with a little guy with a candle holder. Put your little candle in it, and he comes with 2 forks for your fondue set. You put this in the middle of that word I can never say, charcuterie, whatever that word is where you put all the things on the platter. I can never say that word. You put this on there with some fun like marshmallows and strawberries and things that you would dip in like a chocolate fondue. It'd be a super fun little party, and they're kind of individual sizes so that you're not necessarily double dipping with people that you don't want to share double dipping jars with, right? So kind of in love with the fondue sets. I think they're also going to make really cute gifts. To give somebody a cute little tiny, I cannot ever say that word, charcuterie, I've tried. You know what I mean, those fancy boards that everybody makes that are so pretty. Okay, so this guy was $3. And pretty much every Halloween transfer we have, right? Thanksgiving, you stick this in your mum plant, by your front door, you stick it in your yard, poinsettias, you can paint them because they really are just raw wood, kind of like an MDF board. So, I mean, really, there was this one, and then there's another one that's 3 of them that are separated. Some people are taking them apart and making like picket fences with them. So all kinds of creative things. I like the solid one just because I think it speaks better to our transfers, is that it's just solid. It does have the ridges, which can be tricky, but if you're a seasoned chalker, they work pretty well, even if you're not. Okay, so the next 4 are really great options because they are super thick. They're $3 and they are chalkboards. But what they have, which completely goes against everything we're trying to do, it's reversible. There's something on the other side of them. You can chalk on both, or you could chalk on both sides. They have a stencil in them. I didn't realize there's something on the other side of them. I think that's just this board. I think the board has like a liner. The board has something inside of it. But these are double-sided. They have really nice hangers. And there's a rectangle one that hangs horizontally. There's a circle one. Obviously, a circle just hangs. This one has like, you know, leaves and trick-or-treat stuff on them. But again, I'm not using the stencils are stencils. They call them stencils. The stencils are cute, but they're cardboard probably used once, where our transfers are reusable. You can use them over and over again. There's a really nice square one. But look at how cute the pumpkin is. The pumpkin is adorable. And we have like the pumpkin face from the jack-o'-lanterns transfer. There's some fun pumpkin Halloween, fall. So again, start thinking holidays, start thinking gifts for friends, things like that. Where if you wanted to make a little basket with some paste packets and a transfer and some surfaces, if you have a little crafter friend or a little crafter child in your life, this is a really, really nice, inexpensive gift. And it gives somebody the gift of creativity. So I think it's an awesome gift. So there's 4 of them, 4 different sizes. Same thing with this. I mean, you could spend not a ton of money and give somebody the opportunity to have hours of creative fun. So that is those. Then check out these bad boys. 3 different houses, different sizes. Their chimneys are galvanized metal. It's a 3-pack of houses. They're $5. These are available online. I did see that today. So you can order these right online and have them shipped right to your store or to your house. If you have a Target Red Card, they don't charge you for shipping. So these are, right before I went live, I did check, and these are online. And the trio transfers would be adorable. Little welcome, thankful bless. I mean, and if you don't have a trio transfer, I have all the trio transfers pretty much. So many of them are retired, so if you want one, let me know. But these guys are $5, 3 houses. You can paint them, you can stain them, you can distress them. I think there's just all kinds of different fun things you can do with them. So, houses, inexpensive, wood pine houses. What else we got in here? Oh, I bought another thing of jars. Because this is the size I've had a hard time finding. The 4 jars are available online. For those of you who don't have a great Target by you, like my poor friend Carol, who's going to be me soon or later, that Target up there better get its stuff together before I move up there, because they got nothing. But these guys, the medium ones are not available online. These are called the small. The minis are online, so you can get the 4 ones. Okay, and then these I've not seen I haven't even seen them online when you click the out of stock, but somebody posted a picture, so I knew they were coming. And one of the Targets on my little trip that I stopped at had them, but they're stuck together. So there's 2 of them. How the heck did I get them stuck together? I can't get them apart. There we go. Okay. Is this not screaming welcome? Maybe a few pumpkins. Maybe a little happy Halloween. Right? Put some mum plants in here. Put some pumpkins in here. I like them. I don't know why. Galvanized to me is fall. Black is Christmas. These are super cute. This would be an adorable gift with Merry Christmas put across it. You put your own Merry Christmas on here. You put their gift in here. It's like a gift basket. You put some homemade hot chocolate in here. I mean, candies, cookies, all kinds of fun things. Candles, socks, those cute little gifts that we buy our neighbors and things. These were $5, so it's called a beverage bucket. I do think they're more on the pricey side. But these guys are black, or there's galvanized. But they are really nice size, and they're screaming lots of different transfers to me. This next one, we're actually going to paint tonight. This is a decorative. How descriptive is this? This is called a decorative vessel. It's a tray. Decorative vessel. It's a very light, super light wood tray. We're actually going to use this week. We're going to create on this. But I'm going to paint it white and distress it. This was in the $5 section, which I do think is a little pricey. I like my $3 and my $1 ones better, but because it's so light, and I have I would say it's like a balsam wood. It's rough, so I'm going to sand it. I am going to distress it. I'm going to paint it and distress it, but it is a little rough, which always makes me nervous for bleeding with my transfers. But it's your tray for your keys and your wallet, and you can put candles on it, you can put pumpkins on it, you can use it as a centerpiece. There's all kinds of different things you can do with it. There's that really cute transfer that says pocket change keys. You could put those on here. We are going to paint it, and we're going to make it into a prayer bowl. That's my plan with it. And then it's a riser. Now I had showed you the black risers. Those are new as well. Those are available online. These guys, there's two shapes of this. There's this rectangle one and there's a round one. I am not crazy about the MDF board that are the legs, so I'm going to try to, I'm probably going to paint it or do something to it because it's just, you know, ugly MDF board. The round one, these guys, I'm getting the impression from seeing them online, are not as tall, so it's not as obvious that they're a cheapy little MDF board. But I think from the top, I mean, this is a cute little cutting board, and I think this month's Club Couture would be really cute on here. Now, you can't fit the whole thing on it, but you could pick words that appeal to you. Like I would probably do kitchen rules, clean up after yourself, say please, thank the cook, mind your manners. I would probably skip the family and friends welcome. I'd skip the rooster to get more of the actual like rules to fit on here. So that's the beauty of taking our transfers and getting totally creative with them. But this is a really nice, inexpensive surface to use this month's Club Couture on. And it comes in round as well, but I have yet to find them in round. So that's all I have found so far. There are more fun things coming, but my Target doesn't have them yet, and the ones that I, you know, went on a little tour for didn't have them yet either. The only thing I want to create tonight is I just want to quick paint this so that I can distress it. Because this is one of the surfaces that we are going to create on this week, because I'm going to use a little bit of chalk paint. I'm going to open it up. Am I frozen? I might be frozen. Oop, there I'm back. I think I'm back. I hope I'm back. Alright, I seem to be back. I'm sorry, I'm frozen again. This week, starting tomorrow, we're having font week. So I'm going to show you how you can personalize things with the fonts. We currently have 3 font transfers available. One of them is the handwritten font, which is the Ray Dunn inspired font, which is so cute. The rustic font, and the 2 of the fonts are C size transfers, and one of the fonts is an E size transfer. There's the new one that I can't think of its name. That's a C size transfer. There's the handwritten font, which is the Ray Dunn inspired font, and then there's the rustic font. And the rustic font is an E size transfer. Hello, Miss Angie. Welcome to our chocolate party. I'm sorry, I am still seeming to be freezing. But I'm going to take my paintbrush. I'm just going to paint this real quick with some white chalk paint. And then I am going to distress it with some sandpaper when it dries. And then we're going to use a bunch of fonts this week so that you can see how easy it is. You know, yes, of course, we all love the transfers the way that they are created, but sometimes you want to take that extra minute and personalize something. So this week, I'm going to show you how to use the registration marks and how to line things up and get things straight. I might actually have to measure this week. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'll pretend to measure again. But that's what we're going to do this week. It probably won't go the whole week. Because I have a couple, like this project I have in mind, and then I have a couple other projects in mind. So I don't know if we'll really create with the fonts all week long, but we'll at least get a good start to them. We'll do it. We're for sure going to do 3 different projects with the font transfers this week that I have in mind. Kind of like last week when we made our own welcome sign. We didn't personalize it. We could have. But there's, that's the other thing is then there's the monogram letters, which are super cool. Really pretty letters. And then you could do, you know, like somebody's initial. So that's what we're playing with this week. but I need to get this painted so I can distress it so that we can create on this. Hi, Mr. Mike. No, Mr. Mike, we haven't done Hot Mess in a while. You are 100% right. Probably, Mr. Mike, because we've really been focused on, all the projects that I have been working on have been for an upcoming raffle for a friend of mine, whose little 2-year-old, amazing, cute, little, adorable young man has leukemia. So they're having a raffle for him in September to kind of help with the, he spends weeks upon weeks in the hospital at a time. So when I create things for other people that I don't know, I tend not to do lots of color. So we've done a lot of black and white and gray. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of ready to step out and back into the fun colors, world of color fun. Okay, so I am just painting this with plain old everyday white chalk paint. I don't know why, but I find white chalk paint is very easy to distress. So I kind of like it. And you know how sometimes you see things and you're like, oh, I should buy that. And I'm like, well, why would I buy that when I can make it? And then all of a sudden the perfect surface, pops into your, trying to take the price tag off. The perfect surface pops into your realm to do what you were thinking of. And that's kind of what this is. I'm trying to get the price tag off. But it is very stuck on this wood. Don't you hate this one, price tags? Why does the price tag have to stick on that hard that it comes off in little tiny pieces? So I'm going to have to wait for the top part to dry so I can get the price tag off. So I'm just going to do the edges. Because then I'm going to have to get it to dry so I can sand it, and then I'm going to have to sand off the price tag because he's not coming off. He's coming off in little tiny pieces. So for this guy, we're going to make him into a prayer bowl. If you're not familiar with what a prayer bowl is, it's basically a bowl that you put little pieces of paper by, and people can put their prayers in it. And then they can do it anonymously or not anonymously, and then you can pull them out as a family and read everybody's prayers, or you can pray individually by reading them. People do it all kinds of different ways. Prayer bowls are fun, especially if you're at like an event where people might not feel comfortable sharing out loud. It gives them an opportunity to have people pray for them, but kind of more secretively and anonymously, and they are not feeling uncomfortable or called out. So that's why I like prayer bowls. I'm getting chalk paint all over me. Alright, so I'm just painting the edges. I'm going to let it dry. And then I'm going to flip her over. And then I'll figure out how to get that price tag off with some sandpaper probably. And then I'm going to distress it. Maybe I'll distress it with you guys. And then this is one of the projects we're going to do this week. So I'm just getting it ready. So those are the fun things that I have found at our fun targets. I need to figure out why I'm still freezing, because our storms are over, but ever since the storms, maybe I just need to reboot everything. Maybe I should try that. Alright, that's all I got for you. I hope you guys have a great Monday. I will be back at you tomorrow night. Our Make It Monday bundle will get posted in the Making Maria Crafty community, and it's going to be all things fonts. Okay, so we're going to play with the fonts this week. So, I hope you have a great Monday.